Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Entrepreneur TV Middle East. We're here, day two, AI Festival, and with me is the one and only Dr. Anas. He is the director of the Abu Dhabi University here at the Dubai campus. Absolute pleasure having you here. We
My
heard
pleasure.
you're also a consultant for Al Arabiya News. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So me, I am the director of Abu Dhabi University. I am a professor as well, teaching digital business for almost more than 15, 16 years. But at the same time, I'm extremely excited about how technology is changing, reshaping businesses, government. And this is where I really engage with the media and talk about the implications of technologies on our life and society.
Right. It's so important because I feel like, especially not here, but in other countries in Europe, let's say, there's that very big educational gap, right? AI is changing by the minute and developing, and there's so many generations that are left behind, right? So I think it's incredible that here in this region, we have such a strong presence when it comes to, professors and education in the sphere. How important do you think it is? Do you think we're running ahead of time here?
I will tell you, I will be honest with you. So the time I moved from Europe, Middle East, and tried to come to the Gulf region here in the UAE 2013, things was not like what is happening now in terms of clarity about the adoption of technologies and transformation. What we see a very high speed of, how I can say, futuristic implementation. We are actually very lucky to see all of these advancements that are happening quickly, quicker than even the most of the part of this world. If you look at the adoption of smart services in the GCC countries, UAE, Saudi Arabia, you will find it higher than the average, global average, with like 20% compared to adoption of services from the private sector. So what we see here is clear vision, where we are heading, and we see a very quick changes. This is sometimes very challenging,
Yeah,
to be honest with you, for us in the educational institutions, because we would like to change quickly, map our curriculum with the latest job market needs, and hopefully that this rapid changes is not easy also to handle.
And I feel like you do educate your students, right, on how to embrace tech, how to use tech in the best possible way. Now, would you say that it has more pros or more cons, or like with anything in life, there's both?
I
How do
see.
you think, do you teach them to make sure that they know how to balance the two things out?
Well, this is my area of specialization, digital
So I've
business.
hit the
Before, during the time I used to study, it was not even mentioned digital transformation or digital business. It was like e-business or very classical terminologies. But it's the same. What we are trying to explore, business always will exist to achieve some strategies or to hit some problems that customers are facing, right? So this is the goal of business, to create products and services extremely beneficial for some end users. Technology will come either to innovate in that part or to make sure that we achieve our strategy quite effectively and efficiently. And my goal is not to be biased to the technology, but rather to be how to use it in order to innovate. Exactly. And the transformation projects, this is what we try to focus on. How to lead transformation successfully. We don't want to just adopt technologies because we are here in Dubai and we just want to look futuristic. No, we need to adopt it for a reason. For example, accelerating the service, solve a real problem. Normally, we link that with the SDGs. So that will give the students clarity, sense of how they can innovate with the technology to solve such problems locally and globally.
Right. But do you think that AI at this moment of time is more a hype or a substance?
No, it is not. It's not, definitely, it's not a hype. AI existed long time, many years back, but the advancement in the infrastructure and the availability of the data enabled us to see a lot of successful use cases. And we have seen a lot of successful use cases in the UAE and in the global level as well, and we will not have the same, how I can say, like back in the times in the early 2000s,
Yeah.
where the people think, oh, is e-commerce real or it's a bubble? It's not a bubble. It is changing. It is
Yeah.
now changing roles, activities in the institutions, and we need to be very ready. We need to prepare the youth with the right skills, how to use that AI ethically and for good.
Yeah, they need to be prepared.
Yes.
They need to end our interview, I just want to sort of ask you, what sort of pieces of advice would you like to give, to all those young entrepreneurs out there, youth, as you've said, to kind of embrace tech in the future? What sort of advices would you give them?
My advice is non-stop learning and exploring. So this kind of events that is happening here, it's a great learning experience. Not only for the experienced people who are coming here to maybe and talk, and we have seen a lot of nice or great talks, but also changing ideas. When you both present or talk or exchange ideas in this live exhibitions, you are meeting with investors, you are meeting with entrepreneurs, we are meeting with technology providers. You see how you understand better how the future will look like. So it's always my suggestion to everyone, myself as well, keep curious, learning, exploring, and don't stop from upskilling yourself.
Yeah, you never be the smartest person in the room.
Sure, definitely.
Dr. Nas, absolute pleasure speaking to you. Thank you for coming to Entrepreneur, and I'll see you again very soon.
Great pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.